Hello everybody, Firefalls here, coach of the Pancham Pianist, and we're here with the final week of the regular season of VBL-S Season 15 Daddy Plan Part 2. We're going up against Sucaba. Now if we look at our division, the four of us who are going into playoffs are already locked, so this matchup does not actually matter in terms of getting either of us in or out. As you can see, if I lose this, I'm still going to be above Ferret. My position here is actually very, like set. I'm not going to be jumping up above Poppin, and I'm not going to be going below Ferret, so I'm in third. But if I do beat Sucaba, then Sucaba will drop to second, so this match does still matter for the standings and placement. Sucaba has been undefeated all season. Poppin was undefeated as well until I believe last week Sucaba won their match. So we're going up against the number one of the division in the last week, which is exciting. Sucaba has an absolutely terrifying team. If you look at some of the things that he has on here, you have a very strong Trick Room duo at the very front, Desnar and Conch Elder. You know, you're immune to fake out with Desnar, so you can get up Trick Room without having to really worry about that. You could always run a mental herb for the taunts and whatnot that might stop it otherwise. Conch Elder is just one of the strongest things in the format. Flame Orb plus Close Combat is just going to tear through everything, including resisted hits. You also have Bruxish and Colossal as a pair, so you can Aqua Jets, Weakness Policy, Steam Engine, or Absorb Bulb, Steam Engine if you're going to Terra. Very threatening there. Of course, you also have Thwacky and Halucha. Halucha getting the Grassy Seed for the grassy terrain, getting defense, and then Unburden activates. So there's a lot of duos on this team. And then the rest of the mons are no joke as well. Espeon's gotten a ton of kills this season. I think we've seen Amherst come a few times. I don't really recall the other three coming very much, but I'm sure Appleton could come. These last two, maybe not as much. But this team is incredibly threatening. And despite the many number of weaknesses that this team has, especially to Ghost, there's no Ghost immunity or resistance here. It's proven, you know, that it's one of the best, if not the best, at least in their division. So, my season plan was to have a video that had each Pokemon on my team in the title, which does restrict us a little bit because the two that have not been in the title so far have been Avalugg, Hisui, and Meowstic. So I am bringing both of those. But I think I do have pretty good game plans here for each of them. Psychic is pretty good into this team. It shuts down Halucha if I can get it off properly. Viper probably not going to come, but Colossal also, it does a good amount of damage into. So I'm running Mirror Herb on Meowstic here. Mirror Herb, Calm Mind, Store Power, Shadow Ball. I'm hoping to Mirror Herb either on Colossal setting up or a defense boost from Halucha. One Calm Mind, Store Power is going to do big damage, Shadow Ball is going to do big damage because it's unresisted on this team. And so hopefully that goes pretty well. For our Trick Room mode, we have an Expert Belt, Avalugg, Hisui, Sturdy, Terra Flying with Rock Slide, Curse, Terra Blast, and Crunch. This thing is just here to do big damage. It naturally underspeeds most of this team, except for Colossal and Appleton, but when I hit a Curse, I am slower than both of them are. Rock is pretty good into this team, mostly unresisted, even if it's only hitting one thing super effective. Flying's pretty good into this team as well, and that Terra Blast provides me that defense, that resistance to fighting type attacks, and also being super effective against things that I wasn't previously. And then Crunch is just generally good into some of these tougher mons on the team to get rid of, like Dust Noir, or the support, or even attack Bruxish. And of course Espeon's been doing lots of damage. So we have Avalugg, Hisui there for that. Belly Bolt's coming back with a Weakness Policy. We're going with our Bulldoze strat here to get off Electromorphosis, Thunderbolts, and just hopefully one-shot something. Muddy Water, Slack Off, Terra Blast. We want to do big damage. We like being in Trick Room here. You know, this is a very Trick Room heavy team, so going with a Trick Room strategy is bold, I will say. But I'm hoping to see it kind of pay off here with how many pieces I've put into going into Trick Room mode, right? We have Stantler here, our Trick Room Setter with Helping Hand. Bulldoze, we can slow things down if it's next to Flamigo. Throat Chop is just general good coverage, and we made this a very bulky set. Flamigo is here with a Focus Sash. We are going Adamant, and we're running Tailwind on it for the first time. So if we need to get a Tailwind up, then hopefully I can use that with the Focus Sash. I'm running Adamant because the next fastest thing after me is Thwacky, which likes his priority anyways, and also is checked by Flamigo, and then unfortunately Lumineon and Bruxis both outspeed it, so I didn't feel like there was really much of a need to run Timid. Naturally, if I'm setting up Tailwind, then Hawlucha can still outspeed me with Unburden, but other than that, it should help my team have a leg up against everything else. Brave Bird, even though I have Focus Sash, if I get taken down to 1, I still feel like it's like the best option there. And then Steel is just a good Terra to resist some of the damage coming out from the Psychic types. And then lastly, we have Wigglytuff with Room Service, so I can underspeed everything and do big damage with a max special attack, Dazzling Gleam, Calm Mind, Terra Fairy, Shadow Ball. This is a very offensive team. As you can see, I'm not really bringing many supportive moves, but it's the last week. My standing's pretty much set, so I figured I just wanted to kind of go with a more offense-oriented team. So we'll see how this works. So let's reach out to Sucaba. Ladder. Oops. Sucaba VGC, I believe. Let me check. Yep. Challenge, 4v4 draft. That's a 3 Terra type. All right, let's get into it. So what am I expecting to see here? Every time I say this, this immediately pops, and so I don't really have to talk about that. But let's talk about what Sucaba has brought a lot. Okay, never mind. All right, so we had the Trick Room set. We have the Bruxis Colossal sets. We have Hawlucha, but we do not have Thwacky to set up Grassy Terrain. So if it's using Unburden, which it most likely is, then it's going to be... it could also be Mold Breaker so that I could close combat in one shot through Sturdy. But if it is Unburdened, then it's probably coming from something like a Swagger strategy, maybe? I'm not quite sure. It could also be White Herb. And then we have Espeon here. So this team, let's set it up. And let's look for weaknesses. No Appleton, Colossals here, no Thwacky, none of these. Okay, so this team is very weak to Ghost type. Flying type has a pretty good time with it as well. Bulldoze looks pretty decent on the fast end to slow things down other than Hawlucha. Electric is unresisted, so Belly Bolt might be able to do some work there. Okay. So let's send this to the live links as well. Live battles versus Sucaba. Okay, so we did not bring Fake Out because of Dazzling. I don't expect that I would be able to get that out in the first place. But do I want to start with a Mirror Herbmon? Am I expecting that mode to go out, or am I expecting Trick Room mode to go out, or something else? Could also Intimidate immediately if I'm expecting issues on that front. Kind of like getting Curse out early here. Could lead hard Trick Room. I could also lead you to use you kind of a sacrificial so I can set up a Trick Room. How much am I doing to Bruxish? Brave Bird has a chance to kill if you don't have bulk invested. It would expect some bulk though. I'm also not faster than you if you're running Timid. In which case you can get me down to Sash pretty easily. It's not bad though. And then Lemonade looks really good in the back. And how does Horchata look here? If I can save a Terra for it, it actually looks really good. So I'm gonna try for it. So let's go with the Trick Room strategy here. Stantler and Flamigo come out against Conkeldurr and Hawlucha. Interesting. So, Chai is a little scared. Two fighting types, but Punch also gets a Brave Bird off on something here. Let's look at the Terra types on this team. Steel, Conkeldurr, Ghost, Hawlucha, probably for a fake out. Grass is generally good onto Colossal, so I'm guessing this is Absorb Bulb. Fairies, pretty standard on Espeon. Dark Grass looks pretty standard. Even if you Terra into something else, Helping Hand Brave Bird should kill Hawlucha. If I want to go for something like that immediately. I don't want to use a Terra immediately here, because Intimidate is off. Nothing's threatening an Oko on me. They definitely do threaten a knockout if they double up. I'm more of expecting a Protect from Conkeldurr here. I don't want to set up a Tailwind just if I want to go into Trick Room mode after. So let's Brave Bird into Hawlucha. Alright, close combat into Chai, does 44. Let's see, are you Sash? No Sash. Okay. Hawlucha's down, I take Recoil, knock off, expecting... Oh, they're covering for Terra there, I think. But that's good, I do survive. Mach Punch, I don't think kills me because you are not Guts boosted. So if you're going for Iron Fist, does Mach Punch get affected by Iron Fist? It does, but you're still not killing, I think. Oh, this is not considering max attack. Mach Punch could kill. It has a roll to kill. You could also just Dazzling Gleam on here if you're Scarf. If I Terra you now, it's not too bad actually, because I could survive and then go for a Brave Bird. You could also, though, you could also very easily set up, or just go for a Mach Punch here, and then Dazzling Gleam to cover for a Terra. The question is, who are you going for? I could also Bulldoze and Protect here. Which one is safer for them to do? I mean, the big threat is Punch right now, right? So I almost expect that to Punch more. That's not considered. Yeah. Dazzling Gleam, Mach Punch here seems like the most obvious play. Maybe I just hedge my bets, go for dropping speed, and I Brave Bird with a Terra. Get something out of this turn regardless, right? What's the biggest threat here? Is it Espeon or is it Conkeldurr? I think it's probably Conkeldurr. Especially if I use my Terra, because then Avalugg would be weak to you. And Bellybolt can probably handle an Espeon, so let's go for it. Terra Fairy, Terra Steel. Oh, they do get the play. Okay. Does Fairy kill both? It does kill both. I should have looked at that first. It puts us in a really bad position here, because we cannot Terra you any longer. Which means Mach Punch and Dazzling Gleam is incredibly free into you. With Electromorphosis, I might have a chance to kill Espeon here. There's no way this is survival, right? So I think this game is pretty much closed because I used my Terra there. If I had my Terra here, I'd be in a decent position, I think, but I think you just go for... I mean, you might just go for a close combat onto eliminate Artie. Yeah, no. That makes a lot of sense. That does kill. Rex just comes out. I don't not survive this. So let's just try to get information onto Concept. Is this AV? If I can learn that, that would be good. Alright, that's game one. Let's see. What do I want to change up here? I think I was in a pretty good position until I did not consider the Terra there. If I had gone for Protect instead, I would have been in a better place. Do I think they switched it up this time? Let's see, how much are you taking? You're taking such large damage. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Let's get Trick Room up this time, I think. And save our Terra. Do I want to go with the same group? Intimidate is good at the start, especially. Kind of like the same group though. That's the thing. Could also go for Fairy Terra. Ooh, actually, how does that look? I do risk taking that first, but the Terra Dazzling Gleam? This is assuming you have some kind of investment in Lucha. Fairy Terra might be good with Tailwind, to be honest. I don't get the Intimidate off if I do it that way. I could also go for the Trick Room. I like Trick Room more there, I think. Keep you in the back. And then you really do want your Terra if I'm going to bring you. So maybe I just tried to save it for you. I could also just go for Eliminate here. I'm going to go with you, with Horchata. Alright, they are threatening an immediate knockout into Punch here. The double up. Do I have to use a Terra here so that I can survive? If I get Trick Room up, I'm in a pretty good spot actually. Because I do have Throat Chop and I do have Brave Bird and Fight. I think I'm gonna rip my Terra early. If they double up into me, will I die? Psychic and Brave Bird. No, they will not. They Shadow Ball. Kind of crazy, but yeah, let's go for it. Protect and Trick Room. Do I have to Terra? How well do I take this close combat? Did I see last game? It did 43%. I might not even have to Terra Slice here, to be honest. It might have been a low roll. I don't think I have to Terra. I kind of want to save my Terra if I can. So let's not Terra. Let's just Trick Room. Let's see. Close combat into Punch, Dazzling Gleam. Okay, this is looking really good actually. Now I'm in Trick Room. I underspeed both of you, so I'm threatening knockouts. I'm more afraid of Espeon here. Do I think Espeon is Scarfed? Maybe. Close combat into Brave Bird into Lucha if I go down. How's that look? Even though you resist, you take so much damage from a close combat. Maybe I just go for a close combat double up. If you Terra, that's not the best for me. I don't think you're going to waste your Terra on something like this. And then I will still have my Sash intact. Do I want my Sash? Do I want to bring something in immediately though? The answer is maybe. Let's go for that. Conk comes out. Okay, so you're taking the Throat Chop pretty easily, and Brave Bird takes you out. Okay. So Espeon saved in the back during Trick Room. We've taken out Hawlucha, but now Conk is in, starting to big damage on both of these guys, depending on what it has. Could have an Ice Punch easily for Punch. And Espeon comes right back out. Interesting. If you do have an Ice Punch, just assuming you're max, we saw you use multiple moves last time. Ice Punch probably kills if you do have it. Yeah, absolutely. I do want to get you in, basically. So I don't actually mind if I go down here, because then I can get in the big Dazzling Gleamer, and also Horchata, and I can Terra there. Maybe I should have close... Well, no, I don't regret my play. If you want to use your Terra here, I don't actually mind it too much. If I can get it, yeah, if I can get it off, I want to, yeah, that's my plan. So you're going to take that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Conk might go down here. Conk goes down. Espeon, Dazzling Gleams, takes both out. That's fine. 2v2. Rockfish, interesting. And it's Choice Specs and it's Choice Scarf. Good to know. So these are very fast mons, and they're locked. Crunch should kill Rockfish unless it's invested, but Terra Gleam should help with that. And it will do big damage to Espeon, too. How much does Shadow Ball do to you? Does not kill. I'm gonna Terra Gleam here. Do big damage. Crunch takes out Bruxish. Let's go Horchata. Okay, I think we got a game 3 here. We're going to go into Sturdy, which is fine. And then we're just going to go for Dazzling Gleam and Crunch again probably, because I don't want to reveal information. Because we saw how much that did. So we don't need to reveal anything else. So Trick Room worked against the Trick Room, like, scary team, right? So I'm glad we got Horchata some play there. I'm not going to force Slushi to come, because I'd rather win this battle. I might just have to make the title a little bit of a misnomer, but Horchata definitely pulled its weight there. But I think what was really impressive was Chai and Punch working so well together to get Trick Room up there. I really like that as a lead, and honestly I like those two in the back a lot, so I don't know if I want to switch it up here. And they don't know I'm Focus Sash yet, which is really helpful. Right? Because I used Brave Bird both times. And I showed Brave Bird, so I bet they don't think I'm Focus Sash there, right? Yeah, we're the same. So we got a game 3 on our hands. That's exciting. This is my first game 3 all season. Somehow. The losses, I've lost both games, and the wins, I've won both games. So it's cool that my first game 3 of the season is the last week of the regular season before playoffs. Let's see. How if I'm Sucaba, how do I adjust to this? The lead. Last game, we had a close combat and a punch and a dazzling gleam, and we see that we survived both of those, even with a Terra, I think. Unless it's just a really low roll, in which case maybe I survive. If I adjusted, maybe I would do Bruxus Colossal, but that's not going to stop Punch. The main thing is you want to stop Chai from getting up Trick Room if you can, because I think my Trick Room's pretty strong here. You could bring Dustnor. Dustnor's not going to like a big crunch. This is not Strong Jaw, it is sturdy. So Crunch is not going to one-hit KO it, most likely. Unless it's like a crit or something, especially considering this has no investment in it. But let's see. I think that Wigglytuff can do enough damage, especially if I Terra or combine it first, to offset that. And Dustnor is 45 base, and my 2 are slower. So I'm going with the same 4. Santler and Punch versus Hawlucha and Espeon. Same leads as last time. Interesting. So what are we going to get here? We know this is Specs, so it does pretty big damage, right? Dazzling Gleam does about 30. It will KO this, except for this will just bring me down to Sash. I can just Protect again. I don't think you can stop Chai from setting up Trick Room here. If you go for Psychic, can you? Psychic on Chai with Specs. Oh, Psychic and like Close Combat or Brave Bird definitely can do it. So maybe I save this and I try to go for Espeon. Who would I throw out to a Psychic? Lychee? Who's more important in this game? I think Lychee might be more important than Horchata. I want to get down Espeon. Lucha I don't think is as threatening. If I Terra Ghosts, I'm pretty decent if it goes for a close combat, but it could obviously just go for like an Acrobatics or Brave Bird into me. Let's see, would Brave Bird kill? 25 and 70. No. I can just Terra here, I think. And then should I just Protect? Yes, I think I just take out Espeon. Conk comes out. Ooh. Terra coaching, interesting. Brave Bird takes you down very low. And Trick Room goes up. So last game, what did you do? You went for a knockoff onto Chai. Knockoff will do a lot of damage. Yeah. I think your Iron Force. I still don't know what your item is, but it might be an Expert Belt. If it's an Expert Belt, does it kill? No, it still doesn't. There's a very real chance that you could Kill Punch here. I want to see this Intimidate, I think. Do a Protect, do a Brave Bird. If you have like an Ice Punch or something, I think you're going for a knockoff. Well, Chai's not much of a threat on the field right now. So I think I'm gonna... If you launch a knockoff into this, then Mach Punch isn't gonna do much after. So I Protect and switch out, I think. And then I should be able to Dazzling Gleam and Brave Bird. And hopefully that's enough. Ba, ba, ba. So I think we're in decent positioning here. Obviously, Conch Elder doing so much damage is scary. But if I get my plays here right, then I'm good. I don't think there's much reason to go into... Okay, let's see. Mirror Herb, Assault Vest. Okay, Assault Vest, we're right about that. We get a Protect, Knock Off. Are they doubling? No, okay. And Knock Off did not do much because I switched. Awesome, perfect. Now I can Dazzling Gleam. Protect would make a lot of sense here. Your Mach Punch is not going to kill me even though it does a bunch of damage. And Dazzling Gleam will kill you. Follow up with a Brave Bird. And just in case you like switch, let's go into Conch. I could also switch, but I don't think there's much point to that. Oh, it might preserve some health on Lychee if I switch actually. But no, I think I like Dazzling Gleam and Brave Bird here. Mach Punch, yep, does a bunch of damage. Dazzling Gleam takes you out, and now Punch takes out Hawlucha. So we're down to Espeon in the final mod. And there are 2 turns of Trick Room left, and Espeon is locked. We do have Colossal. We have not used our Terra yet. Colossal is Grass. Colossal is really threatened by Chai here. But I am slower than you. I'm not doing huge damage with Lychee here to these guys. I think you're gonna just lock into Dazzling Gleam. That's what makes the most sense to me. If you Terra, then I have Bulldoze for you with Chai, which is really good actually. What does more damage, Dazzling Gleam or Shadow Ball? Well, Shadow Ball. If you Terra, then it is Dazzling Gleam. Did I show Shadow Ball last game? No, I did not. There's not much point to Terra if you're going to kill both anyways, unless you're just trying to not take damage. You could also switch out to Horchata here. Try to use the last turns of Trick Room. I'm certain Punch is going down. I'm certain both are going down here. Maybe just let Horchata come in after. Let's go for it. Double an Espeon because I know it can't protect. I'm expecting to get a little bit of chip and then go down. No Terra is huge actually. Ooh, big damage. Iron Defense, interesting. And Brave Bird. Okay. That's actually really good for us because I can protect and Tailwind. So even with an Iron Defense, I think Bulldoze is going to be doing a lot of damage. Like, oh, it's doing like nothing. I expected it to do more, but I guess I have no attack investment. Close combat's important. Maybe I Calm Mind here? Should I just attack into it twice? There's not much more in Calm Minding, right? I should Shadow Ball, protect, get my Tailwind up. Or, I don't really want to get my Tailwind up. I'd rather get a CC off before it gets too out of control. As this thing, I'm doing so little damage to this thing to begin with. So let's go for our Shadow Ball into you. And yeah, let's protect. Punch is good here because I do threaten super effective damage either way. If there's one mon that can take down all 4 of these, it is Iron Defense, Body Press, Colossal. Will Colossal get Body Press? I would assume it does if you're going this set. Yeah, that's tricky. Damn, if I want to mix set, Terra Blast, Terra Blast, Avalugg, save me! It's doing nothing, but I can get flinches, so. That's not nothing, actually. I'm guessing that Bulldoze will probably kill Wigglytuff. Actually, I need to check that. Stantler. Bulldoze. Wigglytuff. You're like pretty much max HP, this 12 to 14. I might be able to survive that. Well, it's just gonna drop my speed, what's the point? Oh, let's switch. Special defense drop does not matter. Okay, Heat Wave. That's not too bad, actually. You see my last. Rock Slide Helping Hand is definitely the biggest damage dealer here. How much did that Shadow Ball do to you? That did 19, right? That bounced off, and we see that you're leftovers. But that means that you're probably specially defensive. Right? Are you max special defense? I feel like it has to be something like that. Because I have max button here, right? So maybe that gives me a better shot of actually doing something here with Rock Slide. So Rock Slide, Helping Hands. Flinch. Nope, Protect. I could also Curse and Trick Room. Kind of gives me the same thing, but more damage, unless I get burnt from a Heat Wave. And then I'm slower, so I don't really want to do that. Alright, Terra Grass, so we do a Brave Bird in the back. This is looking like it might be tough if I don't get a crit. There's no reason not really to just not Heat Wave, right? Heat Wave shouldn't kill me if you're max. And I'm doing decent damage with Brave Bird, especially if I get a Helping Hand off on it. Could throw a Chop into you. You're probably Flame Body. Could also Bulldoze. It doesn't really matter, huh? Huh. Yeah, I think we just do the same thing. Oh, for flinches. Yeah. I don't think there's much for me to do other than that right now. Hope I get flinches, hope I get crits. You know, it is a move that has variance, so you might see something like that. It doesn't even two-shot. Interesting. I might be able to... Yeah, I think I just need to get lucky like that. Alright, if we're going to protect here, then let's switch out. No protect? Uh-oh. That's really bad. Crap. Oh no. Alright, probably GG. We gotta go for it. Yeah, we're not getting it. Wow, look at that. Iron Defense, Body Press Colossi I was not prepared for. Damn, the reversal, reverse 1 versus 4. It worked out. Good game though. That was great. Switched out on the wrong turn, but it still would have come down to a crit, right? body press definitely killed already. Very fun game. Great great prep to Sucaba, especially with the Colossal in the back for the last game. If I had Belly Bolt instead, maybe I would have been able to do something. Terra Blast isn't doing much to begin with though. I'm not sure. It is possible. But that's going to be the end of our regular season. We're going 4-3 into playoffs. We're number 3 in our division, 4-3-3, which is pretty good. So I'll see you guys next week when playoffs have been determined. So I'll see you guys. Peace.